What if America's biggest problem is not politics, race, money, or religion, but the fact that we are emotionally exhausted to think clearly anymore? At times, I will see a post online, or hear someone say something, or watch a news clip, and before I even understand the whole story, my mind is already forming an opinion and reaching a conclusion, and that is wrong. And I know so many people do that, which is a symptom of a major problem in America today. It is not just our politics that divide us, but that we are exhausted mentally as a nation. I mean, I don't mean that people are not smart. No, don't get me wrong. But people are tired mentally. Tired of trying to figure out what is true in this age of alternative truth. Tired of being told who to hate. Tired of choosing sides before we even understand the whole story. Tired of reading headlines that are designed to make us hungry before they even make us think. You know, we are living in a time where everybody has an opinion. Everyone seems to be an expert. But fewer people have the patience to think and to reason. You see it all over. And maybe that is one of the real crises in America today. Because reasoning requires space. It requires a big dose of humility. It requires the ability to say, maybe I don't know the full story yet. But today, everything moves so fast, as in fast. You wake up, we pick up our phone, and we check it. Before we even brush our teeth or have our meditation, the world has already told you what to fear, who to blame, what to buy, what to believe, and why you should be upset before you even get out of your bed. And that is a painful reality. And psychologically, that does something really negative to us. It makes us to be reactive. We don't just respond anymore. What do? We react. Somebody disagrees with us and we don't get curious. We get defensive. We go for the attack. We go for the jugular. Someone has a different background, different politics, different accent, different struggle, and before we hear them, we put a label on them. Before we know their story at all, we have already reached a conclusion about them. And here is another scary part, that a lot of people are not thinking from wisdom anymore. They are thinking from their pain. Pain from disappointment, pain from being ignored for so long, pain from financial pressure, pain from loneliness, pain from feeling like the country is changing too fast and nobody, not the politicians, not the religious leaders, not even the billionaires, knows where we are going as a nation. So, we start looking for simple answers to complex problems. We want someone to blame. We want a villain. We want a tribe that makes us feel safe. But here is another perspective, that what if the person that you are arguing with is not your enemy? What if they are just too tired and they are going through their own challenges as well? What if behind their anger is fear? Behind their opinion is insecurity, and behind their loudness is loneliness deep within. Because right now, America does not just need more information. We need something else. We need empathy. We need wisdom. We need discernment. We desperately need emotional maturity. The ability to pause before we post, to listen before we judge, to ask better questions before we form permanent conclusions about one another. See, because a society that loses its ability to reason will eventually lose its ability to heal. And maybe the questions that we need to be asking ourselves is not, whose sides are you on? Maybe the deeper question that we should be asking ourselves is, are you still able to see the humanity of the person on the other side, regardless of what the other side is? Because if you lose that, you don't just lose the argument. That would be a sad reality. So I urge you not to lose the ability to see the humanity of your neighbor, of your friend, and of your colleague.